guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name's Alicia if you're new here, and today we're going to be talking about the new ColourPop Hocus Pocus 2 collection. So I am a huge Hocus Pocus fan. I have got the Pophead collection on my oven right now. I have a Hocus Pocus tea towel. I've got Hocus Pocus mugs. I have got this completely unopened, protected Pophead, and it is signed by the actress that played Mary, and it says, "I smell children." I bought the whole collection of both of the other two Hocus Pocus collections. So clearly going into this, like, I am a fan, you know what I mean? Now, having said that, when I saw this collection, I was not that impressed with it. So this is the first like Hocus Pocus makeup collection that I have not purchased the whole entire collection. Now, I did pick up several things, and we're going to go through the pricing of those really quick. Let's go ahead and dig into this box. Now, I didn't even get home like from work and practice with my kid until probably like 8. So I started filming late. I didn't start filming this until 9:30 at night. So clearly I was excited and could not wait to dig into this. Now, we're just going to kind of go through the box. First off, just right on top, I have the highlighter. So this is the Find the Book Shimmering Body Powder. This retails for $15. Next up, I have the Bff Mascara. This is in like the Billy Butcherson. It's called Butcherson, the shade of this. And this retails for $10. Next up, I have 2 out of 3 of the lip glosses. I picked up Sarah and Mary. These retail for $10 each. And I picked up 1 out of 3 of the Jelly Much eyeshadows. I picked up the Winifred one. This retails for $10. These retail for $9 if I didn't mention that. And then the last thing that I picked up was the eyeshadow palette. Of course, you have to pick up the eyeshadow palette. This retails for $24. Now, I kind of want to go through these things, show you guys the colors, do some swatches, and then we will go ahead and get into the tutorial portion of this video. I do want to mention that at the end of this video, I will give my final thoughts on everything, what I think is worth the money, what I don't think is worth the money. And then at the end, there is also a surprise giveaway. So make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, let's go ahead and get into these swatches. All right, first off, I'm going to go ahead and start with the things that I don't think are going to show up that great, and that is these lip glosses. So I got, again, Sarah and Mary. I have on Sarah right now. I'm going to go ahead and start with Sarah. This is Boys Will Love Me. This one is the one that I was the most interested in. As you could tell, it is like this black, purple, shimmery goodness. And here is the shade there. So you can tell it has got kind of like a black base, and then it has got like purple and blue and kind of even green reflex in there. More purple than anything, obviously. Next up, let's go into the one for Mary. This is We're Young. I do wish that these kind of weren't so bulky. I kind of wish they were slimmer and longer, to be honest. All right. And then this one, as you can tell, neither one of these is going to have a ton of color. I feel like it's just going to like enhance your natural lip color and kind of shift it more to either like a mauve tone like we have here, or a more like coral tone with this one. But these feel nice. They're not sticky. Once you have them on the lips, like, it is a thicker formula. Like, it's not going to wear off quickly, but it is not sticky at all. I don't think these have any scent either. Yeah, there's no scent to them. So if you're sensitive to that, there's nothing there that's going to be affecting you. I'm rubbing my lips together. I don't feel the glitter, and I put on quite a bit of this Sarah shade. So that's kind of the deal with the glosses. All right, next up, the mascara. That retails for $10. And again, these were $9. the mascara that retails for $10. So this is just the Bff mascara. It's not a new formula, but it is like this limited edition packaging here, which I freaking love. And as you can tell, the component of this is kind of purple, and that goes along with this Butcherson shade. As you can tell, it is a dark, like plummy color. Now, I did use this in this video. However, when we get to the tutorial portion of this, you will see there was a kind of a little bit of a mishap there. So again, just check the description box below and I'll make sure I update you guys on that mascara. All right, next up, let's go ahead and talk about this Shimmering body powder. This is from the Soul line and the shade is Find the Book. Now, I will say, I think the best thing about this is the packaging. Absolutely love the packaging. Also, the scent on this is not bad. I will say, if you guys pick up any of these like Color Shock highlighters, make sure you keep the insert. As you can tell, this is like kind of a more like wet formula. Keeping that insert will help keep your product good for longer. So I would say don't throw that out. But here is the shade here. And again, you can tell this is like that soft, you know, formula you can like dent and press in. All right, so here it is on my finger. And here is the swatch there. Now I'm going to kind of blend this out just so you can get an idea of what it would actually look like on your face. And there is the swatch. Stay tuned for final thoughts if you can't already tell. This retails for $15. Next up, we have one of the Jelly Munch eyeshadows. As I mentioned, there are two other ones. So the one for Sarah is a purple toned, and then the one for Mary is orange. They all kind of are the same deal. I have I Am Calm, which is Winifred's. Here is the packaging on this one. I love that it's a little cat. Got Binks on there. All right, and again with this, you are going to want to keep this cap that's on here just because that is going to hold in that moisture and make this last longer. In general, these type of formulas kind of tend to dry out pretty quickly. So this is the formula here. And as you can tell, it is all on the lid as well. You could use the product on the lid for a good while before you ever have to dip into what is in the actual container. Here is that shade there. And again, I do have this on the center of my eyelid. But basically with this, I feel like putting this on top of any of the deeper shades in this palette is really going to make this pop and kind of transform whatever you have underneath it. But as you can tell, blending this out, there are some larger glitter particles in this. It is highly reflective. So I mean, it is gorgeous, but it's kind of the overall on this one. And I am going to be getting this glitter off of my hand for probably days. All right, and then last up is the eyeshadow palette. I figured I would save the best for last. Now, this one is called All Hallows Eve, and here is the packaging here. So here is the palette here. I absolutely love this packaging. I love that they have Binks on the broom here. I think it is just absolutely perfect. And then you open it up. I love, love, love the green hollow that they have going on. I will say I wish that there was a mirror instead of the artwork on here. However, I do still love it. I really do. So in here you are getting 15 eyeshadows, and again that's at $24. So pretty good as far as the pricing goes, less than $2 per eyeshadow. In here you are getting matte, shimmer, and you're also getting the matte with sparkle. That's not my favorite one. It looks like you only have one of those, which is this lime green type of a shade here. And then you do have a new formula in here, and this is that pearlescent glitter. Now, I did not try that in this video. I kind of wish that I would have. I started to do a more neutral tone look, and this is where we ended up. So stay tuned to the tutorial portion of that video in case you're interested on that journey. However, I do want to go ahead and show you guys this year's palette compared to the ones that came out the previous 2 years. So first off, let's start with the one from last year. As you can tell, this one is a good bit smaller than the one we have this year. This one was the one from last year, and this one was Witching Hour. I want to show you the color story. So again, you do kind of have the same type of vibes. This one's definitely more cool toned. You do still have greens, you have purples, you have oranges. However, I feel like these are just a little bit more poppier. I feel like this has a more Halloween type of vibe in general. So I do just like this one more. I feel like it's more of like an updated, better version, if you will, of this palette. And then the one from the very first Hocus Pocus collection is here. And this one is called Gather Round Sisters. As you can tell, this one is just definitely more like muted, grungy, neutral type of tones. Again, it does still have the greens and the purples, but definitely more different than this one than the one from last year. So this is the color story on this year's palette. It is absolutely beautiful. I love like the chartreuse greens in this palette. I also love this purple. I love all of these deep mattes that you have to really smoke out these looks as well. And again, there was no primer or anything down on my arm. This is just one swatch with a finger. I feel like overall it's really pretty nice. So let's go ahead and get into this makeup tutorial. Okay, so as you can tell, we are starting off with the eyes. Whenever I am starting to film this, it is 9:30 at night. So you can kind of tell there how excited I was for this collection. Like I literally, like I could not wait. Like I've got to get this on my face right now. So that is what we're about to do, and we're going to start off with the eyeshadow palette. This is the color story here, and I feel like most people are probably going to give you like a purple or a green or an orange look with this. However, I wanted to stick more to like the kind of smoky, grungy type of vibes, so that is what I'm going to be giving. So let's go ahead and get into it. I've got my eyelids prepped with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. You guys know that is like my standard go-to. I use that one consistently when I'm testing out eyeshadow palettes because I know how it performs, so then I can better know like how these eyeshadows are performing. So I think first off, I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is Spellbook. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and go into that shade. I do find myself wishing that this palette had a mirror. Like I just tried to look down into where the mirror should be on here. Not a huge deal, you know, I can always pick up a little mirror here. But would be nice to have a mirror. Having said that, the artwork in this palette is beautiful, as you would have already seen. I just absolutely love Hocus Pocus, okay? I love anything Hocus Pocus. I knew going into this collection I was going to love it. I feel like ColourPop eyeshadows are pretty consistent across the board as well. I mean, if you know their formulas are pretty consistent. So you really know what you're getting in terms of ColourPop. And it's always such a good deal, I feel like. Such affordable palettes with such great quality. All right, so all I did was put that all throughout the crease. Honestly, if you were in a rush, you could just pop this all over the lid into the crease if you are around my skin tone, and that would be like a wonderful everyday look. And then taking like any of these darker shades and like smudging that on the lash line. I wore a look like that earlier today with like a pink eyeshadow, and I love doing that. It's so simple, but like nice looking as well. I don't know. I feel like it looks so simple, but I feel like it's kind of edgy as well. But next up, I think I'm going to go in between these two shades, and I want to do like a halo eye, but that is like the base color I'm going to start off with. So I'm going in between Spellbook and Cometh to Us. All right, and I'm going to start off on this outer corner over here, and I'm just kind of tapping that there. Then with whatever's left, I'm going to start bringing that in on my inner corner as well. All right, and I'm just going to dip back into these colors, and I'm going to focus more on this Cometh to Us. And again, I'm just building this color up. All right, when you have both the outer and inner corner kind of built up how you want, with whatever's left on the brush, you are just going to connect this in that direct crease area. So like right where your eye socket is. Okay. Next up, I'm going to take a little smaller brush. This is severely stained, but with this, I'm going to go into the black shade. I love that you have a brown and a black in this palette, but this shade is called Till Midnight, and I'm going to go in with this smaller brush. And again, kind of same areas as before, but I'm going to keep it even more on the outermost areas. Okay, so right on that outer corner and this outer corner. All right, and as you can tell, I am taking this into the crease a little bit on this very outermost corner over here. And what I'm going to do is go back in with that first brush that we used, no additional product, and I'm just going to rub this along all of these edges. And this is going to help to soften and blend this out seamlessly. All right, now I'm going to go into one of the Jelly Much shadows. Now, as you can tell, I only picked up one of these. I picked up Winifred Sanderson, and this one is called I Am Calm. This one looked the most like one that I would use consistently. The other one was like a red and an orange shimmer, but it had like chunks of glitter in it. It did, both of them, they just looked very chunky from what I saw like elsewhere on the internet. So I decided to skip those. This is the first Hocus Pocus collection that I did not get the full collection, but I'm very happy with what I got. I got exactly what I was interested in. All right, so here is this Jelly Much shadow. Such a funky formula. There's tons on the lid. Keep this lid. That is the only way that this product is going to stay good, is to keep it airtight. And make sure you close this up good every time you use it. So here is this shade here. And all I'm going to do is take this with my finger. Oh my God. And tap this right on the center. This is such a cool shade. Popping this, like just tapping this like I am on top of any other shade as well, is just going to transform it. And holy crap, I freaking love this. All right, so just taking a clean finger, and where these two colors kind of come together, the darkness and that shimmer, I'm just kind of tapping over just to blend those together. All right, I think I'm going to take a little flat brush and go in with that just so I can be a little bit more precise, because I do want to build this up where you cannot see my skin underneath it. All right, guys, so this is that shade like built up. I don't think that you can really build this shade up. I mean, This one does have pretty big chunks of glitter in it as well, like as you can see on my eye. And you see how you can still see the skin peeking through. So I think you definitely need to have some eyeshadow down before you put this Jelly Much shadow on. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and wipe this off now that I know that, and we're going to start over. All right, guys, so that was pretty freaking annoying. Like, I had to redo my skincare and everything because when I cleaned that eye up, the glitter was just freaking like bukkake on my face, okay? Freaking everywhere. So I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that so far, but anyway, we're gonna have to change our approach here, okay? So I think now I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is Havoc. It's the more like cool tone crease option if you're around my skin tone. And again, I'm just gonna go in with that big fluffy brush. There is a little bit more kick up on this one, I would say, but that's kind of expected with ColourPop mattes in general. But I'm just going to put this in the crease. I think the look is actually going to be easier the way I'm about to do it. Like a little bit more no fuss type of deal. I'm just dipping back in and I'm going to build this shade up in the crease. And really, I kind of want to make this shade look like more than one. So directly into the crease, I'm going to build this up. But then as I blend out, you will see what I'm talking about, how it looks like two different shades. If I were to use two different brushes, but I'm just being lazy, it would look even better. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take a flat eyeshadow brush, and I think I'm going to go into this shade right here, Night of Sins, this nice like forest green. I love, 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 love a green eyeshadow. Alright, now you see how this looks super messy? All I'm going to do is go back into this Havoc shade with that first brush that we used. And I'm just going to blend that green in the crease out with this shade. Going in with a smaller version of that same brush, I really want to blend this out in this inner corner as well. I want it to be very smooth transition. So I'm just using this smaller brush just so I can be a little bit more precise where I want to blend. I want this to be like a very gradient effect. These are blending so easy. Usually these cooler tone shades would be harder to blend just in general, I found. But that actually blended out really, really easily. Now I'm going to try this again. Try it again. I don't think I like how this applied with the brush. I think it just applied too much. I really think kind of your finger is the way to go with this. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my fingertip. And again, I'm just going to kind of pop this on the center. And you can see how shifty this shade is. Now with a clean finger, I'm just going to kind of tap to blend it on the edges. All right, now you're going to want to kind of hold your eyelid down like I opened it a minute ago, and I wish I wouldn't have. But you want to just keep your eyelid kind of down while this dries, just so the glitter does not transfer into the crease. If it does, you can always just kind of brush it away like I just did. But ideally, you would like to have this sit for a few seconds before you open your eyes. Alright guys, I think I'm going to dip into this black as well, which again is Till Midnight. And I'm just going to tap this on that very outermost corner, just to add a little bit more deep and smokiness. So this is it. I think it's really pretty, and you could see how simple that was. So I'm going to go ahead, clean this up, do the other eye, put on some more of my makeup, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have on most of the rest of my makeup. Let's go ahead and get started on the lower lash line. All right, so starting off, I'm going to go into Havoc with just a little pencil brush, and I'm going to put this all over the lower lash line. Really just laying this down kind of thick. This is just going to kind of be my base color. It's going to add a shadow for right now. But really what it's going to help to do is help blend the other colors I'm going to put on top of it. All right, so using a little smudger brush, I'm going to go back into that green shade we were using right here, Night of Sins. And with this, I'm going to put this on the outer and inner corner. Really kind of just like how we have going on the top. All right, now you can see I kept that middle space bare, and that is because I want to go in with this shimmer to kind of match the shimmer we have on the center of the lid here. So I'm going to take that on that same brush, and I'm going to put that right here. You see how that is kind of crumbling right there? I'm going to take a clean little brush, and I'm just going to kind of wipe this away. All right, so that looks okay. Honestly, I think I would have liked it better if I just would have took that dark green and went all over the lower lash line, but we'll leave it at that. I'm gonna go catch up the other eye off camera real quick and apply some mascara. All right, guys, so I already applied my mascara, and I forgot that, hello, this collection had a mascara. So this is the Butcherson for Billy Butcherson. This is the Bff Mascara. This one is in the shade Butcherson for Billy Butcherson. I'm so happy that they gave Billy a spotlight, like about time, you know? Now, I have never tried the Bff mascara, but this is in like a purple tint. It's not a black mascara. I absolutely love the packaging. And I'm going to go ahead and go in. I'm just going to apply this over the mascara that I already have on, which is the Charlotte Tilbury. What is it called? Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes is what I currently have on, in case you were interested in. But I'm going to go ahead and take this purple. I honestly don't see it making much of a difference right now. I wish that I would have remembered this. So I may just have to kind of update you guys in the description bar as I continue to use this mascara. I do, you know, I love purple. So, you know, I think that this would be really cool, honestly. I think it's probably going to end up looking more like brown than purple, to be honest with you, but I will continue to test this out and just let you guys know. Yeah, guys, sorry, I messed that up. I really don't see too much of a difference that it made thus far. But again, check the description box. All right, moving along. Next up, we have a shimmering body powder. So this is from like the Soul line, and this shade is called Find the Book. You can use this on your body or your face. Absolutely love the packaging. Again, I love cats. If you guys did not know, we have 2 cats, and one of them is like my absolute child. Like she is my baby, and I don't even want to think about the day that I'm not going to have her. But anyway, this is the shade here. As you can tell, it is a super shifty shade. I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my face. Now, it looks like it's got some green shift to it. Normally, I am not like a colored highlighter type of a person. As you can tell from that eyeshadow, I still like have managed to get glitter on my face. All right, so this, if I'm looking in the mirror up close, like I can definitely see the shimmer particles on my face. And that is from this highlighter. That is not from that eyeshadow I was talking about. There was nothing on this side, and again, like I can see the glitter particles in this. Yeah. This is not my vibes on a highlighter. I like something that is more subtle, and this, I mean, if you had somebody in front of you looking up close, like literally I can just see like streaks of glitter particles. Like I hope that that is showing up on camera. I feel like it is. I'm going to go ahead and take a little pencil brush, and I'm going to go back into this. And of course, it is like that Super Shock formula where you can kind of like dent this in. It's a very like soft formula. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the inner corner. So I will hold my final thoughts to the end, but I feel like that wasn't that poppy on my inner corner either. You guys will have to let me know what you think. All right, for the sake of kind of keeping this nice and the formula as good as possible, I am going to put that insert back in there, like I said, because that is a more of like a moist type of a product. All right, guys, now we're down to the final 2 things, and that is 2 lip glosses from this collection. So I have got Mary and Sarah here, obviously. Mary's shade is We're Young, and then Sarah's is Boys Will Love Me. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what these shades look like. So this one is Sarah's here. And as you can tell, it is like a corally type of a shade. And then Sarah's is the one I was the most interested in. And hers is like a purplish black shade. First off, I'm going to start off with Mary. And I should point out that the caps on these are different as well. So this is Sarah's and this is Mary's. All right, so this one is Mary's here, and as you can tell, it definitely does pull a little bit peachy. I thought I would get a lot of use out of this one. Now we're going to go to the one that I was the most interested in. Now we are going to go in with Sarah's shade. Right, and this is Sarah's shade here. All right, guys, so this is the finished makeup look. Let's go over final thoughts. I honestly am a little bit disappointed with the stuff that I got. Hear me out. Like, I'm a huge Hocus Pocus fan. But let's kind of go through these things individually. Now, I do think the glosses are really nice. I do like the glosses. I actually really like this one. It's got kind of like a mauve-y tone to it once you actually get this on the lips. I think that this one would probably be the standout. But this one is nice as well. The other one from like Winifred was a clear one, and I don't know. I didn't think that that one was like unique or like eye-catching enough to pick up. So I do like the glosses. Next up, I do like this palette. Again, I do wish it had a mirror. I mean, I feel like we have this artwork. Like, I would have preferred a mirror in here instead. I get they were trying to keep the price down. However, I would have paid a little bit more and got the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as the color story of this palette goes, I absolutely love it. Compared to the other two Hocus Pocus palettes that I showed you previously, this is definitely like the color story that I would gravitate to the most. I love the purples and the greens. You guys know I love that you have like a more like neutral toned eye row here. And then you've got more of a cool toned row here. I also love that you have this cool tone transition shade that you can kind of mix in with these cooler tone shades in this palette. And then you have this nice warm row here as well. I feel like purples and oranges work so great alongside each other, as well as orange with green. So I just think that this is a really, really nice color story. The formula with these is consistent with ColourPop eyeshadows, super easy to blend. There is a little bit of kick up, but that's, you know, to be expected. It's really nice and blendable, as I mentioned, so I will put up with the fact that there is kick up in this palette. I think you can get some gorgeous everyday type of looks, and this, again, even though it's super colorful, for whatever reason, I feel like this is super wearable. Please let me know if you guys do not think so. But I feel like even though it's colored, like, I feel like it's polished. Like, I would wear this to work, and I work in a public CPA firm. So, but yeah, I love the different embossments in this as well. Now let's go ahead and move on to some things that I was not that excited about. First off, I'm gonna say this highlighter. I think this highlighter is like the biggest fail for me in the things that I picked up. I love, 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 love the packaging. Also, I feel like this had a scent. Yeah, it smells kind of like coconut, pineapple. It smells like this glow oil, honestly, from the Soul line. The embossment in here is beautiful, but as you use it, you are going to wear that away, and it's going to wear away very quickly unless you just kind of stick into one spot. Literally, if you touch this, it's gone. Having said that, as far as the formula goes, I feel like from far away, I like it. But being up close and personal and like actually looking in a close-up mirror, this is a hell no for me on the face. Now, as far as the inner corner, I think it works nice with green looks. I think it would work nice with even like more yellow type of looks. But it still is not that poppy in the inner corner. And think about using this huge compact as just an inner corner highlight. So other than like using this as an eyeshadow topper or something like that, like, I'm not going to get use out of this. So that kind of sucks. I was really hoping it would be better. I wish they would not put those glitter particles in here and make it more of like a pearlescent shimmer, something that is undetectable. That would be fantastic if they did this same color but without the glitter particles in there. Is that asking too much? All right, and then next up, this Jelly Much shadow, I think it's okay. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. Again, it is like some bigger particles, and there were like 2 pieces over here as well. I also am dreading taking this off. I'm probably going to have to wash my face probably 2 or 3 times to get all of this glitter off, and then I will probably still be getting some off with toner or eye cleanser in the morning as well. So yeah, just overall, I'm not that impressed with this. And again, really chunky particles. Like, I know you can see that in the camera. So, I mean, just be aware of that. Now, the mascara is kind of my fault, but I will say, even putting this on top of the Charlotte Tilbury, like, this literally did nothing. Like, my eyelashes didn't look thicker, they didn't look longer. So I'm kind of thinking I'm not going to be that impressed with this either. However, I will use this tomorrow morning before I post this video. So again, check the description. I will let you guys know. But right now I'm thinking I'm not really going to like this. I would rank the collections that have come out kind of like the first one that came out is my number 1. This one would probably be number 2, and the one that came out last year would be number 3 for me. But yeah, it is what it is. I do want to go ahead and do a little giveaway in this video. So when the first collection came out, I was like a crazy person. I ran around everywhere and I got every single thing in that collection. Then I was doing a complete beauty room makeover, thought that I had thrown out all of my lipstick duos. And come to find out, I had just put them up really, really well away from myself. So I purchased them all again for myself, and then my husband purchased them all again for me as well. So I ended up having like 3 sets. So I gave my daughter, she has got the whole collection, and then I still have this one hanging around here. So this actually is like, you cannot find this anymore. If you find this, you are paying 2, 3, 4 times the price on eBay. So I want to give this to one of you lucky people. This is the little duo I Smell Children. So this is Mary's Little Lip Duo, of course. And again, this is from the very first collection. Now, I did purchase this from eBay. Again, I told you guys I repurchased a set. My husband repurchased a set. This box is a little damaged. However, this is brand new. Now, I do have mine that I can show you guys. So this is the lipstick packaging here. It is absolutely beautiful, and it is a cream formula. The bullet has got little spiders on there. All right, so there is the lipstick shade there, and the deal with these is they were all like a shade of red. And then this is the lip liner that goes with it. And this one is mine. And as you can tell, those go perfectly together. Their lip liner formulas are so good. All right, so this is going to be for US residents only, but all you have to do is leave a comment, like this video, and be subscribed. In your comment, please let me know how I can get in contact with you so that I can let you know you're the winner and go ahead and get your address. All right, guys, I think I'm going to pick the winner for this on Halloween, since this is a Hocus Pocus collection. So check back on Halloween. I will leave the comment down below. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.